Selam arkadaşlar, hepiniz kanalıma hoş geldiniz. Evet, yarım kalan bir görevimiz vardı. Oradan devam ediyoruz. Hogwarts Legacy'ye kaldığımız yerden. Şimdi birileri birilerine şantaj yapıyordu. O şantaj yapılanlar ile konuşup onları polis... Wingardium Leviosa. Şimdi birisiyle konuşmuştuk zaten. Şurada da birisi var.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrax. I should check there.
Şununla bir konuşayım.
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right, but we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man, but even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man, but when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering
Arkadaş
evidence to
korkuyor,
take Harlow
doğru.
down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
I'm on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Bu ne lan? Görev mi bu da? Daisy Rape. Peki bu ne? Ha. Tamam, bu Kamil içeride. Bununla bir konuşalım. Ondan sonra
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
niye buradasın lan?
Let's go. What have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Merak etme ablacığım.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Şimdi Natty ile konuşmadan önce bir dakika. Üzerime bir kontrol etmem lazım.
You're back. Nice to see you again.
Satabileceğim bir şey yok.
Thanks
Tamam.
for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Hemen şu Kamil'le konuşalım. Bro hayırdır sen? Bana ov gönderdin. Niye konuşamıyorum? Natty'nin görevini bitir diyor önce. Peki.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade? It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Allah Allah.
If it thinks it's got half a
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Nasıl lan?
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Ne diyorsun lan? O bu tarafa.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Ashwinder Hideout. Hadi bakalım.
Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio! The hidden door. Revelio! Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen. Revelio.
It's not gonna work. Using that girl as bait, no one's coming for her. We ought to just kill her. Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in.
Optional. Find Agabus's Book of Poems. Love letter.
Hey.
Revelio.
We may be working with the goblins for now, but soon they'll be answering to us.
Do you remember the first life you took? Can't say I do. What a bit of a clue. I don't mind breaking a few bones if there's a few galleons in it for me. I robbed every traveling vendor that's passed through here. They never see it coming.
Can't believe we're forced to work with these
Revelio.
goblins.
I raided Rockborough more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending. It was a good haul.
Bu
It's always a
gözükmeden
pleasant surprise when, well,
Feldcroft was extraordinary. Does no one put up a good fight anymore? My loyalty's to Rookwood and no one else.
I may go to Hogsmeade later, stir up some trouble. They need to be reminded that we're still running things.
It's about time Rookwood took control. He doesn't need Ranrock.
Brave? minding the oven. It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles. They don't seem to care for me in Hogsmeade. Can't say I blame them, what with all I've done there. Everyone in Upper Hogsmeade... Lower Hogsmeade needs some stocks after our little visit.
Travis Totalis.
I used to be stationed near Irondale with Selwyn.
I hope Rookwood knows what he's doing.
I shall be shining.
Görünmezken
Finish
alamıyoruz
this job
ha.
and be
Revelio.
waste of time this is. There'll be nothing but trouble. About time we locked her up.
Travis Totalis.
How did I get mixed
Daş ettim adamı.
doing Rookwood's work for him?
Revelio.
The Hamlets don't stand a chance against us.
Şu boss muymuş?
I don't want to work with goblins. Now, not ever.
Kafamı çeviriyorum.
I've had enough of Feldcroft. Hope I never have to see it again.
Ne var lan?
I don't trust Ranrock. I'll tell you that.
Bu ne? Ha açabiliyormuşum, tamam. Şimdi ne? Ha ay. Yokum ben.
I knew we'd never be able to see this through. It's one of you.
Be on the lookout for the girl's friend, if they're daft enough to try to come through here.
When we're done here, I'm going straight to the Hogshead. Or perhaps I'll just go now.
Ha bu orada. Moruk sen bir git de.
Brockborough's always a treasure trove. Never fails.
Has your brain been infested with bug demons? A maneuver like that could have got us killed.
Revelio.
Can't believe we're forced to work with these goblins.
I raided Brockborough more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending themselves.
Çok yürümezim ya.
Good will lead us to victory. You mark my words.
I've robbed every traveling vendor that's passed through here. They never see it coming. What was that sound?
Revelio.
Was it upper or lower Hogsfield that we raided last week?
It's Totalis.
Hehe.
Oi.
Revelio.
Evet, para bulduk. Ne o? Biri duyuyor mu?
Hey.
Aa, üst kata çıkabiliyorsam şu kamilleri tek tek
We should
yakalayabilirsem.
speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. No, there's nobody here. This is a waste of time.
It's Totalis.
I see you.
Expulso!
Ah, still.
Nasıl lan?
Expulso!
I will not protect her.
Incendio. Bombarda.
Thought you had me there. Incendio.
Revelio.
Onun neden ölmediğini anlamadım. Yani level'ı yüksek diye Petrificus Totalis yapınca hiç olmuyor. Böyle bir durum mu var? Ha?
I'd have taken your life before you even realize it's gone. Expulso! It's a matter of time.
Confringo.
Expulso! Death from above!
Incendio. Defendo. Bombarda.
Expulso!
Crucio.
Make it stop!
Shame nobody's Revelio.
Görünmeden geldim buraya kadar. Daha da giderdim ama gidemedim.
the book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Revelio.
Başka alınabilecek bir şey kaldı mı? Şu ikisi var. Bakalım. Geride bu quest'e ait hiçbir şey kalmadı. Aa, onlar burada aşağıda. Buradan bir yukarı gidelim.
Revelio. Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
Tamam. Herkesin içini de rahatlatabiliriz.
Natty must be here somewhere. Revelio.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you...
Over here. I need your help.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right.
Kapıyı aç.
Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend
Revelio.
Natty didn't summon my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back.
Oh.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Evet lan, bu muydu? Görsel bir şölen olacak diye bekledim. Hadi şunu da çıkaralım.
You ought to be more cautious. That spell can do quite a lot of damage. I've seen it many times.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to separate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friend.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Olur olur.
Revelio.
Artık fight atabiliyorsak istediğimiz gibi. Olur. Bu ikisini nasıl bırakmışım? Ben böyle hatalar yapmam yani. Giderim hepsini toplarım. Ha, bunu alamıyorum. 8 kere gelmişimdir buraya da. Ha, ben hepsini tokatlayarak geldim ki zaten. Yani sen kiminle fight atacaksın?
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Hadi bakalım. Aa, bizi
Natsai
bekliyor.
Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Seni ben kurtardım lan.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Gidemiyor muyum buradan ya? Şöyle şuralardan, aralardan, köşelerden. Hogsmeade'in ne kadar güzel yapılar ya. Ha, şöyle. Şu Kamil'e gidiş yolunu ver bana. Açmayacağım, bu kapılarla uğraşmayacağım şimdi.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Bol şans dostum.
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
They're causing Mr. Moon terrible distress.
Ha! Good. That was the idea.
So you did create them?
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago. You are the one who's been pilfering them.
I am, at the request of Mr. Moon. I received your owl on your stationery.
Ah, well, fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmeade. It was too much. Even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
Mr. Moon does a good deal for the school, and he's taught me a lot. He's terrified of those statues.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do. I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The moons were inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly. Until you started clearing them out.
Sounds as if Mr. Moon deserved what he got. But perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
Bu muydu? Ne istiyorsun şimdi benden? Bu kimdi? Ha, onunla konuştuktan sonra bununla konuştu ya. Peki.
Aloha Mora.
Officer'ın yanında Aloha Mora ile kapı açıyorum. Aha. Ha. Ye yemek yesen.
Revelio.
Yukarıda da bir chest var. Gelmişim zaten.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
İnanılmaz. Abi niye göstermiyorsun quest'i?
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office?
Fig'le konuş, tamam. Hemen Fig'in yanında şundan var zaten.
Revelio.
Ne pink? Burada hala pink mi var ya? İnanılmaz. Görmüyorum abi. Görmemekte ısrar ediyorum. Acaba şöyle mi? Acaba içeride mi? Aa.
Mine now, demiguys.
İyi, bekleyelim.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle, and I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
İnanılmaz.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
İnanılmaz. Büyü yapamıyorum. Oo.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp, places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
Really? Why can't we talk about potions here? Seems fine to me.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this wrong.
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours. You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Gareth! Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor, yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago, muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, Sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Well, there's one for my diary.
Koş lan koş.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
Headmaster, here, what could you want?
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they are fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
Bunu da kullanamıyorum.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children.
Oh no, it's the headmaster and he's coming this way.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what a wonderful job.
Ahem! Attention! Screw!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
And now I'm telling you that you can tell me.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Ah, yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pure.
There is another matter, Scrope. I confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary. That is quite a surprise, Master. What do you wish Scrope to do with this treasure? Rubbish.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you. The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
Nereye? Tamam, burada kimse yok.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle. Revelio.
Peki gargoyle nerede?
Alohomora.
Buna niye kilit koymuşlar ya?
Revelio.
Çok da önemli bir şey yok içinde yani.
Confrigo. Revelio.
Hala pingliyor bir şey ya. Şu pingleri yok etmek için bütün bir günümü harcamam lazım. Nerede abi bu herifin odası? Bu kadar alana koşamam yani. Aynen. Ne yaşıyorsunuz lan? Bence bu Headmaster bizi sevmiyor ve bize sıkıntı çıkartacak.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Revelio.
Hala bir şey pinkliyor burada ya. İnanılmaz. Nedir abi hala pink? Bu ne lan? Ya bunu açamıyoruz. Açmanın yolunu bilmiyoruz.
Toujours pure.
Aha. Açıldı. Sal beni, sal beni. Herif içeride olmasın da.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
Of, her yerde bir şey var yine. Adamın her yeri tarihi eser. Her yeri bir şey.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? Revelio! That must be the pedestal.
Aha. Kitaba girdik. Portkey'miş.
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak.
Lan büyü de yapamıyorum.
In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
Aa, sonunda kafan çalıştı, büyü yaptın. Kapılardan içeri yok.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
This is my chance. Come in, Neve.
Ne yaşanıyor oğlum? Hepsi saklanıyor. Bu Kamil gitmeyecek mi buradan? Ha. Abi büyü yok.
I need to time this just right.
Nereye lan time this just right? Ha, karşıya time this. Yes, evet, anladım.
I see a staircase straight ahead.
Aha gitti. Kim arıyorsun oğlum sen?
How could this happen? A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
Atlara mı var lan? Çatılardan.
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
Hareket bir tek şu kamilde var. Galiba yapacağım.
That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
Başka yerden lan. Oğlum ne?
Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose.
Git lan sen de, herkes gitti. Vay. Oha. Yok canım, gelmezsin dışarı.
Now's my chance.
Öf.
That's the way forward. Can this be? I think I'm invisible.
Deathly Hallows. Bura açıldı ama geriyi gösteriyor bana gitti ya. Peki burada ne var? Aa, bunu artık göremiyor mu beni?
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
You who have run death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
Wow. Dur. O bende var babuş.
I've never felt such power.
Nasıl lan? Bir dakika. Niye sadece böyle bir set var? Sadece bunları kullanabilirsin.
Revelio.
Anladım.
Bombarda.
Hadi geçeyim.
Revelio.
Liquid Lock'ı da kullanamıyorum. Çalışmıyorlar.
Bombarda. Depulsor. Descender. Depulsor. Bombarda.
Ha, iyi bari can basabiliyor.
Depulsor. Bombarda. Defender. Descender. Bombarda. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Depulsor.
Çalışıyor.
Bombarder. Depulsor.
Demin mi tutturamadım yani? Nasıl 35 ya? Bir sürü adam dövdüm ya.
Revelio.
Ha, çok harcayacağımı sanmışlar da ben bir tane kullandım.
Bombarder. Depulsor. Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Bombarder. Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Bombarder. Depulsor. Descender. Depulsor. Bombarder. Defender. Depulsor. Descender. Bombarder. Defender. Depulsor. Defender.
Ne oldu lan? Ben döverim ki onları.
This must be for me.
Abi hakikaten ölüm yadigarlığını verdi lan.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
I can't believe she's dead.
Oh, poor Neve. Gone so...
Let us always honor her memory. May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
Ne bekliyorsun lan burada?
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there's no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should.
Ha, bu trial güzel olmuş. Gerçekten bu trial'ı beğendim.
Remember that as you witness my memory.
İkincisi birincisinin aynısıydı. O hadi ama bunu gördükten sonra ikincisi de değişik olmalıydı abi. Al onu. Ha, kendi ağzı sağlık için. Dur, yok.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Well, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands,
you saw what I did for my father. Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
Oha!
What are you doing? Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Ne aldı lan onda? Onda canını sıkan bir şey varmış demek ki. Kadın milletten acıları çekip çekip onlara koymuş hep. Kamiller de onları arıyor. Oh my god. Yeni Keeper kim lan?
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
Ha.
I was amazed to see that it seemed to give her some sort of power, and that she could harness it. But how?
I worry that you seem more intrigued than repulsed. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Video çok uzun oldu. Hemen bir bölelim. Buraya kadar izlediyseniz hepinize çok teşekkür ediyorum. İyi ki varsınız. Beğendiyseniz beğene basıp kanalı takip etmeyi unutmayın. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek üzere. Bay bay.